This week, the market basically ran for cover. You had tech stocks all over the place, investors were getting seriously spooked, and right in the middle of this sell-off, we saw some really clear winners and some pretty spectacular losers. So we're going to break down the report and give you the final scorecard on who actually survived the storm.
You know, to really get the vibe this week, you just need this one quote from analyst Edward Dowd. He said the non-AI economy feels like panic. That tells you everything you need to know, right? This wasn't just some minor dip. This was a major shift in confidence that sent some serious shockwaves through the market.
And that brings us to the big theme of the week, a risk-off environment. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Investors get nervous, so they start selling their riskier stuff, speculative tech, crypto, and they move their cash into things they see as safer. This one concept, right here, is the key to understanding everything that went down.
But hey, even in a storm, some ships are just built better than others. So first up, let's talk about the bulls. These are the companies that didn't just ride out the sell-off, they actually showed some incredible strength.
And the undisputed champion of the week? No question, it was Amazon. All driven by one massive number, a 20% surge in its AWS cloud sales. I mean, in a market this cautious, posting your fastest growth in 3 years, that's a powerful statement that investors just couldn't ignore.
So this is what builds the case for that strong buy rating. If you look at the charts, the stock's got some serious momentum, trading way above its key trend lines. But the real story here is the fundamentals. That incredible earnings report kicked off a 14% rally. In a risk-off world, investors are looking at cloud services like AWS and thinking, hey, that's essential infrastructure, long-term contracts, which makes it feel like a relatively safe place to be.
Amazon wasn't totally alone, though. Apple and Meta also got buy ratings, but for slightly different reasons. Apple showed off its classic defensive strength. I mean, while other tech stocks were getting hammered, it barely pulled back. Meta, on the other hand, it did take a hit, but it bounced back almost right away, holding on to a key support level. Think of it like a price floor that keeps its long-term uptrend looking healthy.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the assets that are kind of caught in the middle. These are the ones sending mixed signals, leaving traders and investors pretty much scratching their heads, not sure which way they're going to break. They're not clearly bullish, but they're not clearly bearish either.
And Microsoft is the perfect example of this. If you're a short-term trader, you're seeing a bearish or negative signal because the price has dipped below a key average. But if you zoom out to the longer-term view that a lot of investors watch, it's actually still looking bullish. It's a complete technical tug-of-war.
It's a really similar story for NVIDIA, the star of the whole AI boom. Its short-term momentum is definitely weakening after a sharp 9% drop, but its powerful, long-term rising trend, that's still holding on. So the big question the market can't seem to answer is this just a temporary dip, or is it the start of something more serious?
And rounding out our neutral group, we've got Alphabet. Google is literally sitting on the fence, with its price hovering right on top of a major long-term trend line. Yeah, its cloud business is doing great, but worries about costs and just the overall market mood are holding it back. It's just trendless, waiting for some kind of news to give it a push one way or the other. All right, now let's flip the coin and look at the other side, the bears. In a risk-off week like this one, these were the assets that felt the full force of the market's anxiety. They saw some major selling pressure.
For crypto, the story this week really boils down to one number, 25. That was the reading on the Fear and Greed Index, a level that screams fear. It's a super clear sign that crypto investors were basically heading for the exits, looking for safety.
And when you look at the actual numbers, the damage was pretty significant. Bitcoin, the market leader, dropped 7%. But the more telling number was Ethereum, which fell a massive 12%. This is a classic risk-off pattern. The further you go out on that risk curve, the more intense the pain gets.
And right there with crypto in the bear camp was Tesla. Man, its breakdown was swift and it was brutal. A 3.5% drop on Thursday was immediately followed by another 3.7% drop on Friday. So in just 2 days, a nearly 7% plunge completely wiped out all its recent gains. As a high beta stock, which just means it tends to move more dramatically than the market, it gets hit really hard when investors get nervous.
The bearish case for both of these is technically crystal clear. Tesla's price just sliced right through key support levels, which is a classic sell signal for anyone watching the charts. At the same time, Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading way below their key resistance points. Think of those as price ceilings, which confirms that, for now, the sellers are absolutely in control.
Okay, so we've seen the bulls, the neutrals, and the bears. Let's put it all together and take a look at the final scorecard, ranking these key assets from the strongest signal all the way down to the weakest, based on this week's action.
This scorecard really tells the entire story of the week. Right at the top, you've got your clear winners, led by Amazon with that strong buy. Then you have the definite losers, with Tesla getting a strong short signal, followed by Bitcoin and Ethereum. And holding it all down at the bottom are the neutral players, Microsoft, Alphabet, and NVIDIA. All of them just kind of stuck in limbo, waiting for a clear direction.
So that's the breakdown of a pretty tense week in the markets. And it leaves us with a really critical question moving forward. In a market that's so clearly playing defense, which of these assets is going to be the canary in the coal mine? Which one will be the first to break from its camp and signal that this whole risk-off mood is finally over? That's what everyone's going to be watching for next.